I'm not sold on Pitt, but we know who they are. You know exactly how they'll play. I'm not sure their skill level is as high as it's been in some of those games that really come to mind when you think about Pitt. But they give up a ton of offensive rebounds.
But the Tar Heels are one of the worst offensive rebounding teams in the conference.
They give up a ton of points from three.
The Tar Heels have struggled to shoot threes consistently against BC. I mean, 6 of 16, Adam, that feels right. I mean, that just feels like a more manageable number of threes for Carolina to take compared to the 32 that it took against Wake Forest.
They have pretty good size at all 5 positions, which that has been a problem. You've got a couple of 7-footers-ish in the front court.
Yeah, the twins.
You've got
Guillermo and Jorge Diaz-Graham.
Yep. You've got 6'5" and 6'7", your forwards, and a couple 6'3s in the backcourt. I mean, that's not giant, but it's bigger than Carolina.
Tar Heels got to get back, and this is in no way a statement about like having Ellie Cadeau and Seth Trimble and R.J. Davis, like all those guys, good players. We have talked to all of them. We've talked to 2 of them on the pod. Haven't had Cadeau on. Like all of them, etc. Carolina, I think some positional size moving forward would be beneficial for Carolina, just to be bigger in general. I think they've gotten caught this year being – I mean, we know that. Being smaller than they want to be, but I just think in general. Now, you look at the guys that they have committed, and the 2 guards which have signed are 6'3" and 6'5", and while not official, rumor has it that the Tar Heels got another commitment as well, and I think he's like 6'10" or 6'11" at the power forward. So those are good additions. Not just good players, but size-wise as well, which should be helpful.
The last 3 weeks for Pitt, got thrashed at Cameron by Duke. That'll happen. Lost at home to Louisville by 4. Lost by 12 at FSU. That's the one that's a little bit of a head-scratcher. And lost in overtime to Clemson before beating Syracuse by 4 on the road. It's hard to imagine this being anything other than a close game.
Well, and here's the thing. It pains me to say this, Adam. I think it's going to be hard for both these teams to make the NCAA tournament.
Right.
They play twice in the span of a week and a half or 2 weeks. So these are going to be important games.
And right now they've got very similar resumes.
Yeah.
Pitt's got a win over LSU, a win over Ohio State. Those are their best non-conference wins. They beat West Virginia. In conference, it's been very similar. I do think it's hard to – even if they split, I think you're probably going to see one get chosen over the other, just like last year when Pitt was better than Virginia. But somehow Virginia went. And we all knew that's not the better team. You could find that this year also. I know one thing the Tar Heels are really talking about in preparation for this game is you can't put Pittsburgh on the free throw line.
They shoot nearly 80% as a team.
That was a problem at Wake. Possibly decisive in that game. It could be decisive in this game, too, if you can't keep them off the free throw line.